and you believe in what you stand for, and those are good things. But I'm here to wake you up. Just like those who woke me up, I'm here to wake you up, and hopefully you will listen. The first and foremost is Trump is a liar. Number one, do you guys like the truth? Do you like it when people lie to you? Is the truth important? Do you believe the saying from the Bible, you shall know the truth and the truth shall set you free? Those are powerful words because lies will entangle you into a false reality. Don't get pulled into that. You have a brain for a reason. You have free will for a reason. Use it. During his 4 years of presidency, Trump said over 30,000 lies. The Washington Post documented them. You could go to their website and look them up. Every single one. They state the lie and then they state the truth. This will hold up in a court of law. Why hasn't the Trump administration sued Washington Post? Because they would lose. Oh, by the way, do you know how many lawsuits Trump has been involved in during his lifetime? 3,000, over 3,000. This is the kind of guy he is. Okay, those who work with you the closest know you the best, do they not? Your friends, colleagues, people at work. Of Trump's 44 former cabinet members, guess how many support him right now? 4. 40 of them are actively speaking out against him. 40. This is unheard of. Maybe 1 or 2 in the past, but 40? You know, here are some of them. James Mattis. Donald Trump is the first president in my lifetime who does not try to unite the American people. He's a divider, just like Hitler was. He uses hate and fear. Be careful of somebody who spews such hatred, such venom. Mark Esper, I don't think he's fit for office. General Mark Milley. We don't want to take an oath to a wannabe dictator, and Trump said he would be that. And there's a whole list of them. I'm just going to read some of the names. Rex Tillerson, Chris Christie, H.R. McMaster, John Bolton, John Kelly, Mick Mulvaney, Anthony Scaramucci, Betsy DeVos, Elaine Chao, Richard Spencer, Michael Cohen, Ty Cobb, and the list goes on and on. I could sit here and read it for a while. And Mark Cuban says it's employee retention that he looks at. How many of your employees are willing to stick with you? And don't believe Trump's lies that he fires bad people. Either he's horrible at choosing anybody, which he probably is, or he only wants yes men, and that's dangerous. Watch out for that. And his criminal activity. These are the number of people associated with Trump that have been convicted of crimes. And I just read one, Michael Cohen, who actually turned on him because he got sick and tired of being Trump's fall guy. Steve Bannon, whom Trump forgave. Roger Stone is another one. Alan Weisselberg, Peter Navarro, Michael Cohen, Michael Flynn, Paul Manafort, Rick Gates, Elliot Brody, former Trump fundraiser, pleaded guilty in 2020 to violating foreign lobbying laws. Birds of a feather flock together. If you lay down with dogs, you're going to get fleas. You know, these things mean something. And Trump's criminal activity extends beyond that. He was convicted in a Manhattan court of law for tax evasion for all the years that he ran his real estate business. He had to pay I think $400 and some million back because of lies and because of tax evasion and other reasons. And then he has 91 felony counts against him. And this is a person who's running for the president, the highest office. He wouldn't qualify for a low-level job. And he started an insurrection. And I don't want to hear it that it wasn't Trump's fault. Those who got convicted on January 6th, the highest crime in our country, I don't see how anybody could be a Republican these days and support that. How in the world can you support somebody going against our own country? There are ways to do it. By the way, he had over 60 court cases to prove his case, and he didn't do it. He lost them all. And he says he didn't have standing. He didn't have standing because he didn't have facts. Look them up. This is a false narrative that something was wrong with the 2020 election. Chris Krebs, who is the National Security Director at that time, said this was the most secure election on record. And look what a lie can do. How many people got arrested? How many people lose faith in our own institution? He's a liar. He's ruining this country, just like Hitler did. Hitler ruined Germany until it got bombed to smithereens. And then there were no more SS people, no more Nazis. He used the same tactics, lies, hatred, division, that Trump is using. There are parallels. Religion. A lot of religious people support Trump. Why? What are the basic teachings of Jesus? Are they not turning the other cheek? Isn't this what he said? Loving your neighbor as yourself. Is it not praying for those who persecute you? Trump does the opposite, the exact opposite. And when questioned on aspects of the Bible, he cannot even answer basic questions like, what's your favorite part of the Bible? He defers, and people still believe him. Why? Because somebody else told you to? Are you doing your own thinking? That's the question I ask of you. Otherwise, you have strings attached to you. Someone's manipulating you like a puppet. Do your own thinking. Do your own. Don't watch TV. Don't watch CNN if you don't like it. Certainly don't watch Fox. Do you know Fox had to pay over $700 million for lies? You think they did it because they're nice people? They had to pay it to Dominion. They settled out of court because they lied, and they knew they were lying, and that's why they paid it. Why watch a network that lies to you? You like to be lied to? You like to be abused like that? Please, wake up, people. And Trump said he's going to drain the swamp. The New York Times did a story in 2020 about how he made the swamp swampier. Did you know that he found over 200 companies, special interest groups, and foreign governments that patronized Trump's properties and then reaped benefits from him and his administration? So you do a favor for Trump and he rewards you. That's not a president. That's a mob boss. And fake news phenomenon. Trump says fake news all the time. You can use the opposite effect for Trump. He's fake news. The real news is real news. Just like climate scientists who were raising the warnings, and people ask them, what about, people who are raising the warning bell about the climate warming, global warming? Trump said, oh, they're in it for the money. No, he and his friends are in it for the money. His oil business companies and him are in it for the money. The other people are earnest. They don't get anything out of it. So, and then he said that he only borrowed $1 million from his father, and he's a successful businessman. Most of his business ventures were failures. He's had over 6 bankruptcies, and he didn't borrow just $1 million from his father. Look up the records. It's over $400 million he got from his father. And then when COVID came along, Trump seriously mishandled that. Over tens of thousands of people died when they didn't have to. And the proof, you want to know the proof? Look up this. Republicans died at almost twice the rate as Democrats. Look it up. Ivermectin, this false cure that was for horses, people died when they took it. Trump wanted to inject bleach into you, believe it or not, because bleach kills COVID, so it'll heal you. If you believe Trump, inject bleach into yourself, see what happens. And this is a genius. Seriously, people, seriously, do your own thinking. So twice as many people died. Look it up. Twice as many Republicans as Democrats. It's sad. It's sad because he's a liar. He only cares about himself. He's willing to burn the country down. All his close advisors said there is nothing to the 2020 election conspiracy theories. There were no stolen votes. The people who are holding up the sign, stop the steal, when in reality, if they got their way, it would have been